Hey all, welcome back to the next demo to play. Called True Colors, a visual novel, you know the drill. It's made from Borealis and the release date is October 4th in this year, so let's see what the deal is about. Let's start the game.
Hi.
Sup?
Hey, you!
So dude. Welcome to the extended version of the True Colors demo. We cannot wait to hear what you think of this little peek into our adventure together. Ready to mingle with someone dateable cuties? That's us. Let's go! Okay. If you've already played the original True Colors demo, which we didn't, we can drop you at the point in the story where it ended, to save you from replaying what you've already seen. Would you like to skip ahead? No thanks, I'd like to play from the beginning. No problem, let's jump into the story. Okay, let's go. Hey there, protagonist. What's your name? My name is Cryptid. Let's go. Look at him. Well, would you look at that? Shadows under the eyes? Check. I should really stop having so many date night gaming marathons. Couldn't be me. Kinda messy hair? Check. Honestly, I would love to have those kind of hair. Like, goddammit. It never does what I wanted to anyway. You have no idea what hair can do, dude. Indifferent expression? Check. Yep, everything I need for the day. I'm not depressed or apathetic, but I can't lie. My life is sorta uneventful. I have a decent job that's reliable enough. I never exactly had ambitions to work in an office, but it pays my bills and keeps a roof over my head, so I cannot complain. Thus, my co-workers are okay. I'm not particularly close friends with any of them, but they are fun to shoot jokes over the water cooler with. The office is a pretty relaxed place to be. There's just a distinct lack of... what's the right word? Excitement? I just feel like I'm not really going anywhere, you know? Repeating the same routines week after week is oddly comforting in its own way, but it's not exactly stimulating. I've lived alone in this apartment for a couple of years now, doing the daily grind and not socializing outside of the work. I'm single, don't have many hobbies to speak of or accolades to my name. I don't have much contact with my parents either. We're not a close-knit family. Life is fine, you know? It's good enough. Sometimes it just feels a bit like a treadmill. Speaking of which, I'd better get off this treadmill of circling thoughts and get on the train to work. Otherwise, I'm gonna be late. Time to begin another predictable, unremarkable day. Oh wait, I forgot one last vital piece of my daily ensemble. The ketchup stain that I totally forgot to attempt to wash out of this shirt. For God's sake. I made it in time. Another day, another dollar. The usual humdrum of his songs fill my ears as I walk to my section. The clickety-clack of typing, the electronic whirs of printer firing out paperwork, the clink of spoons against mugs of desperately needed morning coffee. A couple of people nod and wave at me as I pass, and I greet them casually as always. I don't even know some of these people's names, but they are so ingrained into the fabric of my day-to-day life by now that it'd feel weird if they weren't here. Familiar strangers. I feel like this might be a wee bit too loud. Give me a sec. There we go. This should be better. I head around the corner to the bank of desks that houses my little team. There are only a few of us here, which makes it seem both isolated and weirdly cozy at the same time.
Yo!
Morning, Cryptid. Sneaking in just on time? He winks cheekily at me, and I chuckle. Don't worry, I wouldn't skip out on another thrilling day of this Anderson job. My sarcasm reaches him instantly and he gives an over-exaggerated huff.
Ugh, I know.
Tell me about it. If this goes on for more than another week, I think my eyeballs are gonna fall out. I snort in a laugh of agreement and plonk myself down at my desk. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the co-worker to my right roll her chair backwards and stand up, shooting us both a knowing look of disdain.
Morning.
It better not, Sean. You're both gonna need your eyeballs so you can cry at the funeral. Funeral?
Oh man.
Yeah, of my patients. It's today. Oh, you're so funny. Ugh, you're so hilarious. The three of us burst into dark laughter, bonding over the agonizing mundaneness of our latest project. What's office life without losing the will to live every other day, am I right? Yeah, Sean and Lydia are my immediate co-workers. We're not best buddies, but we've been on the same team for the whole time I've worked here, and they helped me learn the job and get me on my feet. I guess it feels good to be an established member of a team now, even if our interactions never reach very far beyond talking about work. I shove my bag underneath my desk and boot up my computer, getting ready to begin the day. However, before I can do anything else, a new voice booms across the office that immediately causes everybody to look up. Alright everyone. If I could have your attention for a moment, to the front please. Ah, the boss. I don't know what he wants, but I follow my co-workers as we obediently abandon our desks to stand in a line in front of him.
Now then.
Good morning to you all. This guy looks like the Pokemon dude. In the Scarlet and Violet, the flying Pokemon dude. You know what I mean, right? The super casual, fuck this shit, dude, kind of. It's so funny. If you recall my memo from last week, I mentioned that we were working to secure some new members of staff to join your division. Oh, that does ring a bell. I'd forgotten about it, but we were promised some new additions to the office. The company recently had something of a reshuffle. With some employees moving to different sections of the business and taking on new roles, a few teams were left with smaller numbers, ours included. I guess that might be about to change. I'm glad to say that we've been successful, so without further ado, let me introduce you to your new co-workers. He steps aside, gesturing to a small group of people lingering behind them. At his encouragement, they awkwardly tiptoe forward, regarding us all with both curiosity and unfamiliarity. 3 new hires, huh? That's definitely gonna make the office more lively. Casting a quick eye across them all, I notice how different they are, in both looks and demeanor. Alright. This dude. Welcome aboard, folks. This is the rest of your section. We have Sean.
Oh hey.
Sean gives a trademark boyish grin and a slightly over-theatrical bow at the mention of his name. Scripted. Raise a hand, nodding to them all briefly.
Now then.
And Lydia.
Hey.
Lydia's shoulders bounce upward as she smiles brightly.
Understood?
These 3 will be your superiors until you find your place in the team, and will be here to train you in every aspect of the job. You'll be working together closely from now on, so be sure to get acquainted with each other. The new hires nod, their eyes flitting between us, though trying to memorize our names and faces quickly.
Now then.
Why don't you introduce yourselves? He gestures to the 3 of them invitingly. There's a moment of hesitation as they all silently glance at each other, wondering who's gonna go first. After a second, the girl in the middle takes the initiative and jumps in.
Hi.
I guess I'll start then. I'm Brianna. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks.
I'm honored to be working with you, and I hope to become a genuine asset to the team. Thanks for having me. She smiles and wrings her hand slightly as she speaks. Although her tone is pleasant, that spiel seemed pretty stiff and predetermined, almost as if she'd rehearsed a script. Perhaps she's just nervous. After stepping backward a little, she looks between the 2 remaining new hires for the next introduction. This time, the guy on the left moves to face us with an easy smile.
Yo, what's up?
What's up? Hey, I'm Alec. Really nice meeting you all. This is my first time in a row like this, but I promise I'm a quick learner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I make a mean cappuccino to stave off those Monday blues.
Hey.
Oh god. Okay. Okay, deep breath and move on. He punctuates his last statement with a pair of finger guns. Oh god, no. Not this kind of dude, please. Wow, both hands and everything. Everyone giggles, the atmosphere warming slightly. He chuckles at himself before stepping back into line. All eyes now fall upon the only person who hasn't spoken yet, lingering shyly on the right. He looks as though he'd rather not have to talk at all. And I get it. Introducing yourself to strangers can be awkward sometimes. Wait, she? What gender is this person? I automatically feel rude about my confusion, but I actually cannot tell. They have a very androgynous look about them. I like that he switched from he, she to they. Here in his thoughts, even without, you know, I like that. After a moment of hesitation, they seem to brace themselves and pipe up at last.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Ash. You guys seem nice. Thanks for taking me on board. They go silent, clamming up in embarrassment. Their face turns slightly red.
Yeah.
And that's a mood. With that clumsy ending, they step back sheepishly, fixing their gaze onto the floor and waiting for someone else to say something. I guess they're not very good at socializing, or maybe it's just a new people thing. Thankfully, no one makes a fuss over it, and the boss chimes in again, seeming satisfied enough.
Alright.
I think you lot can get started. I know this is always difficult on the first day, so for now, just take some time to go around and learn about the different tasks that will be expected of you. Your superiors will be on hand to brief you on everything, and answer any questions you might have. He throws a hand toward me, Sean and Lydia, and we all nod dutifully. I guess we've got a lot of explaining and demonstrating to do.
Good job.
I'll leave you all to it. Any issues, you know where to find me. With a curt smile, he strides away towards his office, leaving the six of us to figure out this new situation together. Friendly as always, Lydia takes the lead straight away.
Oh?
Well, I guess you guys should see the office and the different divisions, right? Shall I give you a little tour? The three new hires nod eagerly, seeming happy to be leaving the awkwardness of introductions behind them.
Okay.
No problem, come this way. She beckons the group with an energetic wave, and they burst into action following along her closely. While she's showing them around, I think I'll set up my database so that I can give a little demo of how it works. I tap away for a few minutes, trying to mentally prepare a sort of how to do this job one-on-one presentation in my head. When I've got everything as organized as I can, I sit up, catching Sean's eye. Ready to give them the lowdown? He wiggles his eyebrows at me, seeming both excited and curious about our new workmates.
Alright.
You bet. Let's do this thing. We stride into the adjoining office with a little more spring in our steps than usual. I guess temporarily putting our usual stuff on hold to welcome new people makes today feel a bit like recess, rather than regular workday. Like a pair of slightly giddy teens on a field trip, Sean and I cast around for something helpful to do. After a moment, Sean spots whatever his target is and makes a beeline toward it.
Sweet.
Alright, time to mingle. He flashes me another smirk before disappearing across the maze of desks. I guess I'd better get involved too. It seems like Lydia's tour has come to an end. The new hires are now scattered around the place, talking to various people and checking out the different sections of the office. I think I'll go and introduce myself properly. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk to Malik, that's for sure. You know what, let's talk to Ash. I think they might be interesting. Oh! Wait, you can get back? Oh, hold on. I guess we're saving the game. I accidentally pressed right click. Let's talk to Ash. I take a stroll into the far room. After scanning the faces, I notice one that sticks out from the rest. Ash. He looks a bit frazzled. Why are you back to he now? Okay, whatever. Sandwiched between Lydia and Sean as they chatter him animatedly. Maybe I should join the party and try to calm down things a bit. I'll make my way over, eyeing Ash curiously as I go. I still can't quite figure out what gender this person is. I feel guilty no matter which pronoun my mind jumps to, in case it's not right. Yeah, this is why... You know, now I feel bad because I pointed it out, but, you know, it's just his thoughts so far, so it's whatever. I guess. You could just ask. Like, in case you don't know, just fucking ask. Please. Hopefully, once we start talking properly, it'll become clear. What's up, guys?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. We're just giving Ash the scoop on how each division works.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta go get ahead on all the office politics now, before you get dragged into the vortex by yourself. Lydia and Sean grin, but Ash's expression remains a bit tense as they nod.
I know.
Here's another tip. If you ever forget to refill the printer paper when Jamie's in, you're gonna hear about it for weeks.
Oh man.
And no amount of begging will get Barbara to do any favors. Induce her wrath at your own peril. Oh, you two are so funny. Ash continues to nod along, but they still look quite bewildered, like a deer in the headlights. I think this many people talking all at once is too much for their shy personality to take, especially on the first day. Well, it's a good job Ash's mainly working with us three, right? You hit the jackpot there. No drama with us. I direct the last part of my sentence at Ash, with what I hope is an encouraging smile.
You know it?
Absolutely. We're the coolest gang in the building, no doubt. Can you imagine getting into a job and having this introduction with those people? Jeez Louise.
Really?
Really? Yeah, it'll be easy once you get started. Anyway, first days are taking things slow, right? You can't learn everything at once, so don't worry about it. I kinda look at all three of them as I say this, hoping that Sean and Lydia will get the hint that they should probably lay off a bit. Thankfully, it seems to work. Yeah, you're right. Go write yourself a shopping list for all the little knickknacks you're gonna personalize your desk with. Work can start tomorrow. He chuckles, catching Lydia's eye, and they start to stride away.
See you around.
Phew, that's better. The pair of them aren't exactly boisterous, but Ash seems to be a little on the timid side. I don't want them getting overwhelmed the second they arrive here. I glance at them as they hover awkwardly. The deer in the headlight talk has dimmed slightly, but there's still a sense of caution there. Sorry if they were a bit loud, you'll get used to them.
Oh.
I carry on, trying to make my voice a little softer. So, there are quite a few tasks you'll need to do here on a regular basis, but I can show you all you need to know. Stuff like adding information to databases, filing paperwork, printing and sending invoices, typical admin jobs. We have a great online system that organizes the team, so knowing what to do next is pretty simple. Ash nods again, more slowly this time.
Oh, okay.
They fidget bashfully for a second, but when they speak in again, that tone is lighter, and there's a small smile playing on their lips.
Thanks.
For taking the edge of things just then. With Sean and Lydia, I mean. No problem. You kinda looked like you were being eaten alive when I walked into the room, so I thought I'd better nudge them away to find another victim. They actually laugh at this, to my surprise. It's a soft, quick giggle, but it's sorta cute.
Right.
Yeah, it was a bit intense.
I,
It's not that I'm nervous exactly. I'm just not great at getting used to new situations. Well, that's pretty common, I think. Plus, first days in new places are always weird. They nod more vigorously, seeming slightly more relaxed now.
yeah, you're right.
They sent another tiny but genuine smile my way. I should want back, enjoying the warmth of it. I bet they are a really nice person underneath all the shyness. I also find their quieter energy a pleasant contrast for the rest of the office. Not everyone has to be loud and chatty all the time.
Hey,
I think I'll go and check out my desk. Sure, see you around. Ash nods one more and then heads out of the room. But that was... wait. Oh, balls! I still haven't figured out this gender thing, have I? Nothing Ash said in that conversation made it any more obvious, and it's not like I can even judge based on the name. Ash is unisex, right? Call me Sherlock, cause I've got a mystery to solve. Okay, Malik, let's go. I wander back towards my section, spotting Malik and Lydia having a chat between the desks. They look like they're enjoying themselves. Wanting to get in on the fun, I join them.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, you're Cryptid, right. Nice to meet you properly. He extends a hand and I shake it. It's not a typical business-like handshake though, it's more like a bro shake. He's one of those cool types.
Hey.
I think we lucked out with this one. She jerks her head towards Malik as she says this.
Awesome.
He wasn't lying about those coffee skills. I feel like I should have paid about $12 for this in some hipster brewery. She jiggles her mug under my nose and I get a tantalizing whiff of coffee and hot foamy milk.
Oh yeah.
You'll have to get your order encrypted. Gotta butter you up for all the work-related favors I'm inevitably gonna need to ask you in the future. What a sentence. Oof. He cracks a grin, and I feel my own smile widening to match. Alright, I'll try to come up with the most complicated drink I can imagine. He chuckles warmly.
What's the deal?
What made you apply to work here? There are plenty of jobs in a city like this, right? Why pick us? He replies almost immediately. Money? He barks a laugh to show that he's only messing around, and both Lydia and I giggle at his wisecracking.
In fact.
Yeah, but seriously. He drops the jokes and starts to talk about how he found the job. It's not a thrilling conversation, but I find myself getting drawn in nonetheless. I think it's how friendly and chilled out this guy seems. He's not super formal like Brianna or awkward and shy like Ash. He has a really calm, carefree vibe about him. He also has the most relaxed dress sense in the office, although it definitely suits him personally. As I resurface from my thoughts, I realized that talk has shifted toward work.
Oh?
You just reminded me actually. Do you know how to program formulas in a spreadsheet? It'd take things so much quicker. Basically, yeah. I'm sure you guys know some secret tricks and tips. How do you tend to do it? He and Lydia start comparing formulas, and I notice how he tightens up his act just enough to be considered professional. So he's got both sides going for him. Nice. When they're done discussing the joys of spreadsheets, I jump back in. So, how are you feeling about the job, Malik? Think you'll enjoy working here?
Sure thing.
I have to admit, this is something of a big change for me. I haven't worked in this kind of environment before. He gazes around the other workers as he speaks, taking it all in with a little uncertainty.
Totally.
I'm not worried though. I feel like I should be able to get up to speed in decent time. I like learning new things. Besides, you all seem really nice. I'm looking forward to hanging out and getting to know you all a bit better. He smiles as he says this, and his warm energy seems to permeate the room. Right back at ya, dude. I never felt not like the protagonist, like in this situation, whatever. He nods at me with quite appreciation, and I return it. I think he's gonna be nice to have around. Okay, let's talk to Brianna now. Looking around, I spy Brianna in the middle of the office, talking to Sean. Of course, stay pretty girl and Sean's there. Preparing to third wheel him out of the flirting game, I stroll over. Hey, how's it going? Brianna turns to me as I speak, seemingly open to have a third person join the conversation. Ah, take that, Sean.
Hey.
Cryptid, was it? Yep, well remembered. She smiles briefly. Thanks, I'm Brianna. Although I guess I already told you that. She fidgets awkwardly for a second with an airy giggle. Definitely nervous.
Oh, hey.
I was just saying how nice it is to have someone so eager to impress on the team. I bet you were, you not-so-smooth operator.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get started. I'll do my best to contribute to our already stellar workforce and produce the best results possible. Give me 1 second, please. just vibe a bit with the music. Okay, there we go. I just had to take a sip of my coffee. Not gonna lie, her enthusiasm is a bit intense. However, I get the feeling that it's more down to first date jitters than anything. I doubt she is actually this stiff and formal all the time.
Alright.
Looking forward to it. She shoots Brianna a fleeting grin before shuffling away to talk to someone else. I guess all this boring work talk has squashed all the chatter blinds out of him. Once he disappears, Brianna turns to face me more directly. Her expression snaps back to attention gain, as though waiting for instructions. There's no need for her to stand on a ceremony like this. You know, this place is pretty relaxed and friendly. You don't need to worry about being super professional and serious all the time. She regards me for a moment, frozen in thought. Then she seems to loosen up a little at last, her posture growing less tense as she exhales a laugh.
Sorry.
I'm being way too corporate, aren't I? She grins in disdain at herself, and I smile back.
I just really...
Was worried about making a good impression today. I really want the boss to feel like he made the right decision in hiring me. I want to learn as much as I can so I can become a decent member of the team quickly, and not slow you guys down. And that's really thoughtful and all, but you know, the first day on the job is never that productive, right? You have so many new names to learn, desktop backgrounds to pick out, and bathrooms to memorize the locations of. Excuse me, bathrooms to memorize the locations of? Okay. The actual work doesn't tend to start until the day after. She laughs, and this time it's not an anxious giggle, but a genuine chuckle.
Nice.
I should have seen that coming. I better spend the afternoon learning everyone's favorite candy and who's secretly dating who, right? Exactly. As we banter idly, I find myself admiring how much warm and open she seems now that she's not stuck in work mode. It'll be much easier to get to know her this way.
By the way...
So, I was wondering... She straightens up and reins her smile back in, as though someone pressed the stop slacking button.
Can I ask you something?
Is there a specific method or schedule that you guys stick to when collating your data? Do you all discuss it as a group or is it more individually based? Damn, I guess I spoke too soon. Miss Professional is back. Accepting that she is clearly too focused on learning the job to chat casually right now, I indulge her curiosity and start explaining things. I don't get into huge detail yet, it's too early to bombard her with the complicated bits, but I give her a general overview of how the team works. She watches me intently as I speak, as though soaking up all the information like a sponge. Every now and then, she nods attentively, or asks me a question. I have to hand it to her, she's laser focused. She's probably gonna outperform myself, Lydia and Sean once she gets going. When I run out of things to say for now, she claps her hands together energetically, sending a pleased smile my way.
Thanks.
That's really helpful, thanks a lot. No worries, I'll leave you to chat through the others. I probably shouldn't hog her time.
Okay, sure.
It was great talking with you, thanks again. She beams momentarily, before striding away to join a nearby group of workers. When you ignore the fact that 90% of her conversations revolve around quizzing you about work, she's actually quite lively and bubbly. I bet she's fun to talk to when she's more chilled out. The rest of the day had actually flown by, what with all the socializing, demonstrating and showing around. By the time we all exit out into the late afternoon light, I feel both tired and strangely energized at the same time.
Awesome.
I hope you enjoyed the first day, guys. Tomorrow's when the real fun begins.
Aww.
We'll have to actually do some work, damn it. Everyone giggles, and I loiter beside Sean and Lydia as we gaze at the new hires. I hope that their experience of the office has been a good one so far.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks man, it's been real. Looking forward to tomorrow. He regards us all with ease, as though he's already known us for months.
I appreciate that.
I've got some errands to run, so I'm gonna bounce, but thanks again for everything, and good luck to you both too. He turns to Ash and Brianna as he says that last part, beaming warmly at them.
Thanks.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch you on the flip side.
But he sets off a relaxed pace, disappearing into the crowd of commuters around us. I think I'm gonna head off too. They seem kinda anxious to follow Malek's lead and go home for the day. I know that it's probably only out of social exhaustion though, so I don't mind the quick escape.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for all the help, see ya. They scuttle away at the fast pace, probably relieved to be able to go home and recharge. That's a move. Brianna then turns to us all, a businesslike smile plastered onto her
That's
face.
great.
I'm really grateful to you all for such a warm welcome. I'll definitely be pulling my weight tomorrow and learning everything I can. The professional air never quite leaves her, does it? She almost looks as though she'd like to stand here talking about email templates for another hour.
Oh yeah!
I'm sure you will, Blondie. See you tomorrow. Okay.
Huh?
What do you think? The boss made some decent choices, right? Yeah, I think so. Hopefully, once they're all settled in, our workload won't be as big, and we can chill out a bit.
Hey.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. We still have to finish that Anderson project before then.
Laters.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Ditto, buddy. Catch you 2 in the morning. Both of them throw their hands up in a casual wave, leaving me to head to the train station. Ah, home sweet home. I throw my keys and bag onto the table and plop myself down on the couch. I'll think about what to have for dinner in a minute. Well, today was certainly more interesting than usual. I guess I got my wish, after all that grumbling I did this morning about having a boring routine. My mind automatically flits between the 3 new hires I made. Brianna is definitely the most forward of the bunch, always talking and looking for something new to learn to or do. I admire her focus, but I get to see a bit more of the real Brianna once she settles into her routine. I reckon there's actually a carefree and fun streak behind the workplace mask she wears. Malek is a total anchor. He seems really chilled, comfortable in his own skin, and confident without being cocky. He's also super friendly and inclusive, with the way he's equally nice to everyone. He'll be a positive influence in the office, no doubt. Ash is an enigma. They could come across as detached and maybe even rude, but that's definitely not it. I can tell that there's so much more open person under there somewhere, and I really hope they can relax enough to let it show as time goes on. I'm kinda curious about them. All things considered, work life is going to be a bit different for a while, and I'm happy for the change. Tomorrow has arrived, and Lydia, Sean, and I have been summoned to see the boss. We're currently hanging around in his office, waiting for him to show up. Not the loveliest place to start your Friday, but I doubt we're in trouble. He probably just wants to ask us something. Oh, here he is.
Ah,
You 3, very good. How did you find yesterday? Do you think the new blood will fit in well with the team? Definitely, they're great. Lydia and Sean offer similar compliments, and he nods in satisfaction.
Now then.
Glad to hear it. Now, onto why I asked you here. I'm sure these new hires will be able to learn their roles just fine. However, it'd speed things up a bit if they had a designated person to help them through and really show them the ropes on a one-to-one basis. There's three of them and 3 of you. So it makes sense, don't you think? How about you all decide which one you'd like to mentor, and let them sort of shadow you for the time being, until they find their feet. We all exchange glances, surprised but approving. Seems like a good plan. As we nod in amid mumbles of agreement, he folds his arms, looking pleased.
Alright.
That's that then. Figure out between you and get to work. I'm sure the new folks will appreciate it. Off you go now. He shoos us out of his office half-jokingly, and we head back toward our section.
Huh?
So what do you think? Got your eyes on anyone?
Oh.
Excuse me. I'm not sure. I could probably work with any of them. What about you, Cryptid? Do we have someone in mind? The question causes my gaze to wander across the room, landing on each new person in turn and mulling it over. I'm sure I'd get along decently with all three, but I have to spend more time with just one of them then. So, I've been thinking about this. Usually I would probably go for Ash. But I feel like Ash is like the person you see the most. Like it's either Ash or Malak. I imagine people want to know more about those two more likely. And that's the reason why I will pick Brianna. I have the least interest in Brianna, I think. And that's why I'm gonna try to work with her now. Enthusiasm for learning the job will probably make things pretty easy on my part. I'll only have to explain things once, and she'll squirrel them away in her eager brain immediately. I need a second more. 1 second, please. Okay, we're back in action. Yeah, we read that. I might choose Brianna if you guys are okay with that.
Really?
Stealing the hot chick away for yourself? Shameless. He cackles ruthlessly and Lydia whacks him gently in the stomach.
Ow!
Shut up, loser.
We all know you're the real danger here, not Cryptid. More laughter follows and I roll my eyes and smirk.
You know it.
No, I don't have a problem with that. I'm happy with whoever, really.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was only messing. Wanna do rock, paper, scissors over the remaining two, Lydia?
That's crazy.
I think we can probably find a better way to decide than that. They share a grin and sensing that my part in the conversation is over. I search the room for Brianna once more. She is sitting at her desk, staring intently at her computer screen. I bet she's already trying to figure out the system on her own. Attempting to put myself into professor mode, I head over. Hey Brianna, how's it going?
Hi.
Oh, morning. I'm good, you? Yeah, great. Listen, the boss wants the three of us to sort of mentor you guys one-on-one for a while, until you get used to the job. I'll be your work partner for now if that's okay with you.
That's great.
That sounds really helpful, actually. There's loads I want to ask you. Saw that coming from a mile away. That's fine. What were you doing just now? I was taking a look at the database. Some parts seem self-explanatory, but there's still quite a bit I don't understand. Can we get into how it works? Sure. Why don't you bring your chair over to my desk? I planned out a bit of a curriculum yesterday, but we all did so much chatting that I only covered about 20% of it. She laughs at this, standing up swiftly and grabbing her chair.
Okay, sure.
Once we're seated, crowding awkwardly around my screen, I launch back into the database tour I planned yesterday. I don't feel like I'm the most natural teacher, but it doesn't seem to matter. Brianna laps up my every word hungrily, like a cat with a bowl of cream. As promised, she's also full of questions, which she fires out regularly. I hate this word so much. If you're not a native English speaker, regularly is such a fucking ass word. Jeez. Anyhow, that was embarrassing. Let's move on. It keeps me on my toes as I try to match her learning pace, which is even faster than I thought for. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Every now and then I try to inject some humor or light-hearted banter into the conversation, but most of it gets deflected into the ether. She's taking this really serious. After a good 45 minutes of relentless lecturing, I take a moment to grab a sip of water and rest my poor mouth for a second. Sorry, I've never had to explain this much about the system to anyone before. I feel like I'm giving the longest school presentation of my life. I chuckle so she knows I'm not really complaining, but she looked a bit dismayed nevertheless.
Sorry.
I'm going way too hard on this, aren't I? Ah, it's fine, you gotta learn, right?
Yeah.
She closes her eyes for a moment, screwing her face up in an uncharacteristically goofy way. Then she lets out a big sigh, her shoulders dropping.
Wow.
I need to calm down a bit. I know I've got to get started here, but I'm sure I'll learn it all fine. I don't need to worry so much. She seems to have cooled off a bit, looking more relaxed as she swivels her chair to face me, rather than the screen. What are you worried about? The whole making a good first impression thing?
Yeah.
The thing is, this is my first proper full-time job. I've only ever done random part-time things before. Nothing that needs a whole lot of skill, and nothing as formal as this. That's why I'm really focused on becoming a good employee as fast as I can. I want to actually deserve my place here now. This attitude brought me so much issue. Back when I still was able to work, this was this was me for a long time. And then you get exploited all the fucking way and man, life sucks. Anyhow. Ah, now the eagerness makes sense. Well, with a mind as sharp as yours, you'll definitely earn your place. You're exactly the kind of person the boss was looking for.
Really?
Totally. It's fine you haven't done this kind of job before. You'll get into it, no problem. You seem pretty smart, so if anything, I'm gonna be asking you questions before long. I grin and she emits a soft giggle.
Thanks.
I think it's just, I feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life coming here. I really want to explore it as much as I can. She bunches her fists as she talks, as though she's trying to hold back excitement.
You know,
I never felt like I did much with my life before, or contributed to anything properly. Now that I'm here, I want to give it my all, and prove myself and others that I'm actually capable of things.
I want to do this.
I've got ambitions now, and I want to follow them. I feel like getting this job is an important step toward that. What a pretty glow she has when she's passionate about something. I think this is a glimpse of the real Brianna I suspected was lurking underneath a professional facade. Her face is animated as she speaks, and she seems lighter and, yeah, bubbly. That's the word that came to mind yesterday. She almost shines with positive energy. This is really nice to see. Well, I can't imagine you ever being bad at anything, but you're definitely on your way to proving yourself now. You're learning this job way faster than I did when I started. Seems like this new chapter is getting off to a good start already, no? Her eyes meet mine, and she smiles gratefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. Thanks. I'm looking forward to whatever's next. We share a slightly meaningful look, and I feel as though I know her just a little bit better now. Our workday goes by somewhat quickly. Vienna and I had crammed diligently on the database for a while longer, and then she'd come back to her own desk to try some simple tasks I'd given her. Unsurprisingly, she'd managed them all pretty well, only a couple of minor mistakes. 5 PM hits and the office heaves a collective sigh of relief at the knowledge that we're free to leave.
Awesome.
Just want to say good work, everyone. That was a great first proper day in the job.
Sweet.
I second that. Gold stars all around. I hum in agreement, giving the thumbs up. Everyone smiles, the new hires nod in thanks. Once we get our things together, all 6 of us seem to hover expectantly, glancing around and wondering who's going to walk with who as we leave. Malik, Brianna and Ashes are probably feeling a bit awkward, having still not been here long enough to make proper friends with anyone. I'm about to turn to Sean and Lydia to suggest we all just leave as a group to keep things simple. But then Brianna catches my eye, stepping out from behind her desk toward me.
Hey.
You ready to head out? Oh, I skipped something, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. She nods with a smile, and we make for the stairwell together, leaving everyone else behind. I hadn't expected her to single me out. As we come to a halt on the sidewalk, I turn back and spot the rest of our section, filing out the building together. Guess we were the only ones that splintered off.
Thanks.
Well, thanks again for everything today. I feel much better about things now. That's good, it was nice chatting with you about non-work stuff too.
Ah.
Oh, the new chapter thing. She grins a little shyly.
Sorry.
I hope I didn't bore you, or just sound like a massive dork. Not at all, I enjoyed it. A single quiet laugh escapes her, and she looks curiously at me.
You know,
I was actually thinking just before we left. I've definitely been pretty full on with the seriousness when it comes to work. I feel like I might have gotten to be myself for a little while here. There's more to me than taking notes and pestering you for answers, I swear. She giggles at herself. So, I was wondering if you want to hang out sometime, and we can get to know each other a bit better without work being in the way. Oh wow, that's a pleasant surprise. That actually sounds nice, Brianna. I'm down.
That's great.
Ah, great. Well, if it's not too short notice, it's the weekend now, so how does tomorrow or Sunday sound? I would check my calendar, but I already know for a fact that like every weekend of my life, it's 100% empty. Tomorrow's fine with me, I had no plans anyway.
Nice.
Awesome. What do you want to do? Did you have any ideas, or shall I come up with something?
Well,
I do have something in mind, but I'm keeping it a secret for now. Oh, she's got a mischievous side. I like it. She smirks as I agree to go along with whatever her sneaky plot is, and we swap phone numbers. So we'll meet in the garden square at noon?
yep.
Sounds good to me. I guess I'll see you then? You will. Have a good evening.
See you later.
She strides away with a pep in her step, and my eyes follow her for a moment, as I replay our conversation back in my head. That was really nice. I know we were basically attached at the hip all day today, but it was work related, so I never imagined she'd like me enough to already want to invite me somewhere. When was the last time I got invited anyway that wasn't just Sean and Lydia dragging me to a nearby cafe for an extra caffeine boost after a particularly hard day? I generally can't remember. Genuinely. My chest hums slightly with a warm feeling, and I find myself looking forward to tomorrow. Snapping out of my reverie and glancing around, I realize that everyone else has already left. They must have all said goodbye and gone while Brianna and I were making plans. Turning on my heel, I head off toward home, feeling a little tingle of optimism. Finally, something fun is happening in this dull life of mine. Saturday has arrived, and I'm on my way to meet Brianna. I'm still surprised that she asked me to spend time with her, but I'm certainly not gonna turn it down. I'm really looking forward to it. Crossing the street, I enter the city's garden square, where we'd agreed to meet. Looks like she's already waiting for me. I quicken my pace, so I don't leave her hanging any longer. Oh, I like that casual. I mean, that's not really casual outfit. Like it's like a summer dress-ish thing. I hope our dude is. Okay, whatever. Hey, you weren't waiting here long, were you?
Hey, you.
Only a minute or two, but it's fine. You're not late. I got here early. Oh, so you're just as professional and punctual outside of the office as you are inside it. Are you sure this is gonna be any different from work? Wow. Oof. That fucking hurts. What? Why would you even say that? Oh my god. Savage. I wink at her to show that I'm only joking, and she exhales a flustered laugh. Of course it will, don't worry. I won't start asking about data management or anything, I promise. Good. Work is a banned topic today, okay? I grin and she comedically mimes sipping her mouth shut, locking it in and throwing away the key. As we giggle, I take a proper look at her. She is always well presented in the office, but what she's wearing now is even prettier. It complements her good looks and makes her seem a little brighter than usual.
Yeah?
Honestly, whatever. Okay, so, ready to get going? Sure, although you still haven't told me what we're doing today. You're gonna fill me in or keep me in the dark? She ponders for a moment, a cheeky smile growing on her face.
Well,
I want it to be a fun surprise. Just come with me. A smile widens as she turns and takes a few steps, as though beckoning me to follow. I have no idea what's in store for me, but her always childlike enthusiasm makes me want to just go along with her anyway. Alright, you win. Let's go. I just noticed, what is this? Okay, let's move on. We fall into step together, heading around the square and ride down toward the slightly more spaced out area of the city. I feel kinda strange to be strolling alongside her like this, with her office far behind us and no clue of what I'm being led into. But it's oddly exciting. She does seem a bit more carefree today, so that's a nice change. I hope it means I'll be able to see more of her light-hearted side. We walk until Brianna begins to slow down, taking me toward a building I never noticed before. Is this it? She comes to a halt outside the door.
Yep.
Have you ever been here before? Nope. No idea where we are.
Ah.
Oh good, it really will be a surprise then. How do you feel about dogs? Dogs? I wonder how this relates to what we're doing. Oh come on. You're not dumb. The same way the rest of the internet does. I love them.
That's great.
Great, you see, I come here pretty often to help look after the dogs being put up for adoption. Fun fact, I recently had surgery, and after I'm done with the rehabilitation, like doing all the, dealing with all the issues after the surgery, I'm gonna do a similar thing. So, let's go. So it's a rescue shelter for dogs in need of homes. You take them for walks and help with their everyday care, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also have open days where they let people come in and play with some of the dogs to hopefully attract more adoptions. This is literally what I'm going to do after the rehab. So I'm kind of excited now. God damn it! I thought you might like to come with me to one. They have some really cute puppies at the moment. Well, say no more. If they are cute puppies, I'm in. I have to admit, this is quite a sweet idea for a day out. Shall we? Lead the way. She heads in and I follow behind. We don't spend long in the building itself. Vienna leads me down a corridor and right through a back door on the opposite side. She clearly knows her way around. I gotta say, I really enjoy the artwork overall. Like, the office was like, okay, it's an office, whatever. But like the city square and now the backyard for the dogs, really good stuff. I enjoy it. As we exit, we arrive into a decently sized yard area, safely fenced off. Patches of grass, dirt and trees provide a welcome snatch of nature amid the city landscape. The music is a vibe too. Like, overall, like, this game so far, okay, like, the thing is, it's a visual novel and you have to have a setup, so we almost played this now for an hour. And we just finished the quote-unquote setup and now we're getting into the real game kind of deal. But overall, like, the music, the art and the writing too, mostly, like, the introduction of the characters and everything, super fun. Like, I'm into it. Like, 100%. Yeah. Before we can do anything, someone cuts out Brianna. As she greets them, several people in the yard look up from handling their dogs to wave at her. She beams as she waves back, answering friendly questions and blushingly accepting compliments. She seems pretty popular here. Once the little paparazzi moment has passed, she turns to the first lady who called her name.
By the way.
Are there any free dogs at the moment? I think some people just left a few minutes ago. You can probably grab theirs.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. She catches my eye.
Can I ask you something?
Wanna go pick one each? Sounds good. We head over the back wall, where a small group of dogs are tied up on leashes, sniffing around and drinking from water bowls. Their heads snap upward as we approach, their tongues lolling excitedly as they beg for attention. Oh man, what a bunch of cuties. Vienna wasn't kidding about that. She gives me a brief introduction to each one, and after a moment of consideration, we both take our dog of choice, leading them to an empty spot in the yard. I ended up with Bear, a Labradoodle puppy who's apparently only around 8 weeks old. The name checks out. He literally looks like a plushie. His cute little face makes me wanna squish him. Brianna chose a tiny, fluffy Pomeranian called Cookie. She unclips the leash from his collar and pets him happily, glancing up on me.
Well.
What do you think? Yep, you definitely scored points on the adorable dog scale. She grins, dashing away momentarily to a box by the wall and coming back a few seconds later with some toys for us to use. I set Bear free of his leash too, grabbing a squishy bone-shaped chew toy that squeaks when I squeeze it. Daytime begins, and I instantly feel super glad that Brianna chose this as our activity for the day. I'm having so much fun. There's something about animals that just melts away all your tension. The air fills with the comforting sounds of collars jingling, toys being thrown and fetched back, and the occasional bark or playful yap.
You know,
So, do you have any pets? I don't actually. I do sometimes think it would be nice to have a dog. But then I spend so much time out of the house at work that I wouldn't be around enough to look after it properly. This mindset is correct. This is the mindset you should have when it comes to animals.
oh really?
So I 100% agree with that. That makes sense. I love myself, but I rent a house with friends and our landlord doesn't allow pets annoyingly. She makes a sulking face for a second and then laughs it off.
Hey,
But hey, at least I can get my dog fix here. Absolutely. I might pop myself every now and then when the puppy cravings get too strong. So, how long have you been helping out here? Everyone seems to know you quite well.
actually,
I can't remember, but it's been close to a year, I think. That's dedication. You must be a real animal lover. Expressions become thoughtful as I say this.
well,
I mean, yeah, animals are great, but I wouldn't say I'm super into them. It's more the shelter itself and the people who run it that I'm here for. She pauses for a moment to pet Cookie, who is pawing at her ankles for attention. After taking a toy out of his mouth and flinging it across the yard for him to fetch, she turns back to me.
you know,
This place is actually run by a charity group, so it has no government funding at all. Since it's totally independent, it relies on people's generosity to stay open and do what they do. I really admire any organization that works to help people in need, or animals too. So when it first opened, I used to volunteer almost every day. I'm not here as often nowadays, and I'll have less time now I've started the new job, but I drop in when I can. Wow, that's really kind of you to put that effort in. She smiles as I say this, looking as though she wants to elaborate on the subject. Cookie returns to her, dropping the toy at her feet. Instead of throwing it again, Brianna plops down onto the ground, straightening her dress carefully as she sits. She pulls the dog closer to her and begins rubbing his belly. I guess she wants some quiet time, now that we're having a proper conversation. Figuring that we probably give dogs enough exercise already, I follow suit, sitting down with Bear opposite her. Aww, look at that. I think I like this picture the best so far about Rihanna. I think that's pretty cute. The shelter kinda means a lot to me. It makes me feel like I'm contributing to something worthwhile. They make such a difference to these gorgeous dogs. They'd probably die on the street if they weren't rescued. There it is again. That wish to prove that she can do something important and valuable. It really does seem to be at the core of her motivation for most things.
you know,
It's not just the dogs they help too. Some of the open days are specialized for people with mental and physical disabilities. I like that idea too. It's kinda like animal therapy. They get to leave their struggles behind for an hour or two and enjoy being with the dogs. I love these days the most. Some of the people look so happy when they are here. Like their wheelchairs and their medications and their depression doesn't matter. If I can be part of something that brings people joy like that, then I'll do whatever I can to be involved. It feels so rewarding, you know. She shoots at me slightly sheepish grin, as though she's embarrassed about having gushed about it all, and then gazes down at a Cookie as she pets him. I find myself smiling as I watch her, both impressed and touched by the caring, passionate person she's rebuilt herself to be. That's seriously amazing, Brianna. You're really selfless if you value stuff like that so much. She exhales a bashful laugh, blushing slightly.
no,
I don't think that highly of myself, really. I just love anything that makes people feel like everything will be okay, even if it's just for an afternoon. If I can help that happen, I will. Well, I think that makes her pretty considerate in my book. It's kinda inspiring. I mean it, and as she looks up on me, I feel like she knows I'm serious. Her blush intensifies, but her smile also grows, her face lighting up with joy. It makes her look even more pretty. You're pretty awesome yourself. I'm not on your level. She hums a quiet laugh.
well,
I did have to cut down my hours once I started job searching. I didn't have to stay that way now that I'm in the office. But it's still something, right? Definitely. And hey, why not sneak out for a long lunch break every now and then? I'm happy for you to drag me out of the office with you if I get to pet cute dogs. Just give me the signal.
You're really great.
I think you'll be welcome back here whenever you like. She nods at the puppy in my arms, and as she says this, and I look down to see him wriggling contentedly in my lap, licking my hand affectionately. Ah, my heart.
Actually,
She speaks a little more quietly this time, looking at me thoughtfully.
I just really...
I'm glad that you came with me today. You seem like a really nice person. I hope we can keep getting to know each other better, if you'd like to. Yeah, I'd love that. She breaks into another warm smile, her face glowing as we gaze at each other.
Ah, okay.
Let me know if you want to hang out. It'll be nice to see each other outside of work. You can come here and play with me anytime. Play with me? The dogs, I mean. Okay, it was awkward. Her face turned scarlet as we laughed at her mistake, but her intense eye contact makes me wonder for a second if it really had been a mistake. Was that a flirt? I don't want to read too far into it in case I'm wrong, but kind of felt that way. Brianna and I spent a while longer with Cookie and Bear, playing and petting to our heart's content. My jeans are covered in fur, but I got a puppy cuddle, so I couldn't care less. Eventually, we say goodbye to Brianna's friends and head back out the way we came, pausing in front of the shelter. Well, thanks for inviting me out today, Brianna. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
No problem, thanks for coming. I had a nice time with you. Are you convinced that I'm not just obsessed with work now? She grins playfully and I pretend to be debating the concept real hard. I'm not sure. We might have to spend another day together to really seal the deal. I say this in a mildly suggestive way, fishing to see if she's up for it. Thankfully, she laughs and nudges my arms lightly. Yeah, I mean, I'm game for that. Score. Seems like another hangout is already in the bag. Alright, let's make it happen sometime. Let me know.
Ah,
Sure, I'm gonna head home now, but thanks again. It's been great getting to know you better. You too, I'll see you in the office on Monday.
yeah.
Yep. I'm about to throw her a casual wave as I say goodbye, but before I can manage it, she steps boldly toward me, embracing me in a hug. It catches me off guard for a second, having not expected it, but I'm quick to return the gesture. It's only brief, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Noticing the floral scent of her hair as it tickles my nose. Must be her shampoo. When we withdraw, her cheeks are a little flushed, but she looks happy.
Bye.
See you later. Yeah, have a good rest of the weekend. She sends one last smile my way before striding off past the dog shelter in the opposite direction of where we came. I guess we live on a different side of the city. As I turn and head back down to the road toward the train station, I replay little snippets of the day in my head. Of course, having fun with the dogs is pretty high up there, but learning more about Brianna's interests and ambitions, realizing how much she cares for others, it almost flirt when we were sitting down, the hug just now, and how open she seems about meeting up again. All of it whirls in my head, making me mentally dizzy in a good way, and I think I'm starting to like her, like her. I have butterflies in my tummy, and whenever she smiles, they flutter even more. Yep, I think I have a thing for her. Is it bad that I'm having this feeling so soon after meeting her? She's barely been in the office for 2 days. Here I am, ready to pounce on her. Well, okay, not quite that, but still, is it too early? I'm not sure, but all I can think about right now is how lovely she is, and how much I'd like to see where we could take our budding friendship. If she feels the same way, of course. I think I'd better try and figure that out first. Drop some hints next time we meet up and see if she'll be more clear about how she feels about me. If it seems like she wants the same thing, then well, let's not go there just yet. I don't want to get overexcited about something that might not happen. For now, I'm just glad that she seems to like me in any capacity. If there's potential for more, we'll have to see. That was really sweet.
Hey,
Sup?
Hi.
Oh, she actually has the other outfit now. Okay, thanks for playing. What did you think? Is your heart pumping in anticipation for what might happen next? Are you ready to discover our true colors? Borealis would love to hear your feedback. You can share your opinions on the Twitter @VenusImprobable or by posting the colors to Steam community. We hope you come back for a second date. We promise nothing bad will happen. Okay. Oh, you all are funny. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Ooh. Oh wow, okay. So it's gonna get somewhere. This game has a trigger warning at the end of the demo, which is very interesting to see if you ask me. I'm sold on the game. There's no question about it. True Colors, wonderful game. The demo so far. It releases October 4th, which is in 5 days, I think. Right when I'm recording it, so it's right about to come out. It's possibly coming already out when this video goes up, I don't know yet. So yeah, play it for yourself. You still have 2 dates in the demo that you can figure out. You can still talk with Malik, you can talk with Ash until October 4th when the game releases. I am sold, I'm totally into it, and I want to continue. Have a wonderful one. Thank you for hanging. See ya.